However, there was a system update that PS4 had to take before I could go on air this morning, so took care of that. So now we're finally getting ready to set our feet on the road, and as you can see, the road has taken us to a very unique place. As you can see, we're in an area that has a lot of coral in it, but in addition to that, we have the ocean above us. The Ruby Sea is currently over our heads, and we're in this protective dome that's actually keeping us dry. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe, but yeah, this is what we've got to look forward to as we get our third day underway. So, with that in mind, greetings people of the world, Matthew back with you here at Navora Autism for the start of Day 3 of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood Live. We're here with our Warrior of Light, Corinne Loren, who has arrived here in this settlement known as Tamamizu that belongs to the Kojin, which we got to meet one of their members, Soroban, yesterday. And having done so, he gave us some encouragement to seek out his assistance whenever we needed it, and so that was further aided by having the members of the Confederacy telling us to come here to this place. And so now that we have, we're gonna seek out the help of Soroban's brethren, the Kojin, and if all goes well, we'll be able to get ourselves further along into the story. So, what do you say we get started? Because yeah, Soroban's here waiting for us to be on our way. And of course, having Skyla alongside me, that means she's also going to be streaming right now at this time. So, let me just go ahead and make the quick link over to her stream. And I will post a link to it for you guys so that you can join us on the ride. And hey there, 10-Minute Wayne and Miguel, good to see you both this morning. So if you would, please click on the link that's been posted in the chat so that you can see the stream from Scott's perspective, and you'll be able to watch the both of us going on this journey together. So, let's go ahead and speak with Soroban to take on the level 62 challenge entitled Of Kojin and Kami. Soroban is curious to learn why you are here. So tell me, my friends, what strange tides bear you to our home? Well, if you must know, that is indeed a most dire predicament, but perhaps an opportunity for us to craft yet another profitable arrangement. Very well, I shall introduce you to our leader, Bunshin. It will be up to you, however, to present your case. Very well. So let's follow along with Bunshin, or rather Soroban, to meet with Bunshin, and find out what the elder of these Kojin will be willing to tell us. Because yeah, if Soroban's offering to help us out, we're not gonna certainly question it at all. Hello there, sir.
Welcome, guests. Gratitude to you for aiding Soroban in his negotiations.
And as you can see, the elder here wears a samurai kabuto.
We thank you for your hospitality, honored elder. Pray forgive me my brevity, but I wish to discuss an urgent matter.
Yep, go ahead there, Alice. Well, actually, we leave the explanations to the Warrior of Light. Because yeah, the Warrior of Light has to get some words in.
So, you seek to compel our Red Brothers to forego hostilities for a time.
More or less.
That's right. We know your two clans have your differences, but what with you being brothers and all, we thought you might be able to share some secret knowledge or something?
From
I mean,
far
must be
above,
something.
You have journeyed here in search of our wisdom. You shall have it.
Thank you, sir.
All creation is a tapestry, through which the divine is interwoven. Kami are legion, and they can be found in the great and the small. Though they come and go as they please, they favor certain vessels. The ancient, the precious, the exquisite. We Kojin covet these vessels, these treasures. We go forth and bring them home to keep them safe and bask in their divinity. They bring prosperity and joy to us and our children. Yet, how are we to seek these treasures above if we made enemies of the Garlean Empire, powerful and far-reaching as they are?
So yeah, word of their knowledge is even around here.
Wiser to join with them. So resolved the Red Kojin.
And you declined.
Cautiously and carefully, for the Garleans are blind to the divine, nor will they suffer their subjects to see. So the Red masquerade as mercenaries who seek money and power, and never speak of their faith in the presence of their masters. To honor the divine, they deny it. A twisted and misguided path.
Indeed. So many traitors that associate themselves with the Empire.
Aye, aye. Kami will not abide such foolishness. This they shall learn to their sorrow. While our Red brothers live by the sword, we Blue Kojin uphold the old ways, engaging in trade and valuing peace. Alas, men distinguish not between our clans, and judgment for the doings of the Red falls unjustly upon the Blue. Thus do men grow more and more reluctant to deal with us, denying us our treasures. This cannot continue.
Indeed.
On that point, we are in agreement. You are willing to aid our cause, then?
There is a way that the Red may be driven to retreat into their shells.
Oh, please tell us.
But to share with you this knowledge is to reveal secrets of the divine. Assurances must first be had, trust forged, a bargain struck.
Well said, Elder. In great crises is great profit to be had.
Wow, he really does seem to have Ordan blood in his veins, doesn't Soroban?
Delight not overmuch in such things, Soroban.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, tell our guests what must be done.
As you wish.
Well, I've no idea what we've gotten ourselves into, but so far so good, right?
You don't seem so assured. And hey there, Yami, good to see you this morning. Glad to have you with us. It's like, Yeah, so we gotta speak with Soroban again. Listen well, my friends. We require your assistance with the search for a priceless treasure, the Yasakani no Magatama. This jewel, the most sacred of Kojin relics, was in the possession of Hingashi, until they decided to present it to the Garleans in a gesture of conciliation. The Red would not abide by this, and so they plotted to seize the vessel bearing it to their Imperial masters. Alas, though they succeeded, in the ensuing chaos the Magatama was lost to the sea. We wished to recover the sacred jewel before our brothers. However, we were to come into conflict with them, it would be problematic. Therefore, we turn to you. So you want us to search the ocean floor for this treasure of yours? I'm not sure how we're supposed to do that without, you know... Drowning. Fear not. There's a ritual I can perform to imbue your bodies with a powerful blessing. But first you must prepare offerings for the sea. I require twisted ruby coral, several fist-sized sea snail shells. Damn, try saying that 3 times fast. And a freshly harvested unicube carapace. That's quite the shopping list. I'll see to the shells and these can look after the coral. Kryn, would you go find an unicube and relieve it of its carapace? I believe I can do that. And so away they go. So we gotta go back up to the surface in order to do this task. Yeah, this requirements, we need to beat up an unicube because they're above ground. That means going back up through the area that you see here, the tunnel that we took all the way down to get to this place. As you can see, you're probably wondering, why are we running past them? Well, obviously, because they're above ground, we're going past the area where they would be, because we're underground. Hey Jacob, good to see you this morning. Glad to have you with us. Welcome to the stream. So once we get back above ground, we'll be able to find one of these guys. Right over here. Yeah, it's these blue crabs that we're having to beat up to extract a carapace from. Let's take them out as fast as we can. And show them how we roll around here. Whoa! Wait for him to do his AoE thing, then jump in for the kill. Alright, we got it. I think Scully's gonna be a bit of a ways out, so yeah, why don't we help you get a carapace of your own? Oh, you want one over here? Alright. Yeah, any old carapace will do. Just so long as it's off at unicube. Yeah, any old carapace will do in this situation. Yeah, right over here there, unicube. Oh, let me see if I can cancel that out. And I did. Yeah, success. Success on the negation of an AoE. And there we go, he's down. Alright, let's ride back down to... Actually, we don't even need to do that. We could just warp. Yeah, it'd be easier to just warp, to be honest. Well, actually, there was quite a bit there, Jacob. There actually was quite a bit, because we're now in this underwater settlement. And it belongs to a person that we helped out in Doma. Well, I keep wanting to say Doma, but it's not actually Doma, it's Kugane, which is to the east of here. Hey, Sorbonne. Well, have you the unicube carapace? I do, yes. How splendid they are! The kami shall be most pleased, I am sure. I got it! I got the ruby coral you wanted! And I have the sea snail shells. Boy, why do they have to make that such a tongue twister? They're about the size of my fists, though I realize now you may have meant yours. These shall more than suffice for our purpose. Next we must make ready to present them to the sea and perform the ritual. Once it has been completed, you will be able to move freely through the depths and find the Yasakani no Magatama. Out of curiosity, how large is this sacred jewel of yours? Unless it's too far large to be carried by the three of us, how are we supposed to even find it? The Ruby Sea is not exactly small. Haha! Surely you realize we have been searching this whole time. The area we wish you to explore is but a small fraction of the Ruby Sea. Already we have scoured most of the seabed near and within our territory to no avail. All that remains is a region to the west. The Shirless of Suino Sato can provide you with better guidance than we. You would do well to visit them first. Shirless? You mean the Kojin aren't the only ones living under the sea? Of course not. The Rain have been here as long as I can remember. Shiosai, the Overseer, I believe, can tell you more when you arrive. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. We have yet to carry out the ritual. And thus, we get ourselves 183,000 experience points. Plus, I will take this. Well, I actually don't know how it works here, Jacob, but yeah, it's like this. It's like there's some sort of magical barrier that allows the water and this settlement to be separated from each other. Plus, now we have a whole bunch of new side quests that we can take on here and around the place. So we're gonna go ahead before we go where Sorbonne wants us to, and we'll take on the various side quests. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of them here in and around this area, so we're going to go ahead and start taking them on. So, let's first start with Suzura here, for his level 62 challenge entitled Our Most Venerated Ancestor. Suzura watches intently as her companion polishes a shell. You must be terribly bored if you have nothing better to do than stand there and watch us. How about I give you some work? My sister left to clean the cotton kerchiefs we used to polish our shells, but she is slow to return. Might you go and check the shores around the eastern cove to make sure nothing has happened to her? I believe we can do that. We'll take care of it off camera. Or rather in between, me using my capture card. Since we can come here back here very easily. Heat of battle. And meet me too. Yes, you can. Let me change that. Yeah, let me see if I can't fix that. Where is the thing? Company credits. Now you can. There you can. That's not the one we wanted you to buy there, Aika. But we'll let it slide. There's a better version of those. Yeah, there's a better version of those there, Aika. Yeah, it's your first time, you wouldn't have known. Yeah, I guess they'll do for now. And besides, I have the Squadron Battle Manual, which will override that stuff anyway. So let's go ahead and search for Suzura's sister. Here she is. Madam, please. I do not mean to be rude, but I have not the time to entertain anyone right now. The kerchiefs I was sent to wash were swept away by a strong gust of wind, and I must retrieve them before they are lost forever. And it's gonna be hard to do a gruff voice while also keeping it high-pitched. Suzura sent you to look for me. My sister has always been impatient. I must hurry. I do not want to be scolded again. Please, might you assist me in my search? I will inspect the deep seas so you can scour the coast. Let us meet back here once we are finished. Yeah, for someone like me, it's going to be very difficult to have a deep voice that's also high-pitched. A deep gruff voice that's also going to be high-pitched. It's kind of like polar opposite. So we got to obtain the kerchiefs that she's requested. There's another one over here, right on the open, in between these three unqueue. I was about to say, how did that one not turn into me and not notice me? But yeah, that's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. 'Cause yeah, here comes his friend. Yeah, sometimes it's just better to get stuff killed off first before you even attempt anything so reckless as to try and pick up a key item. Because yeah, it really is foolish to think that you can actually thread the needle and think that the enemies are not going to turn into you as you run by them. The AI can be pretty rough like that. And here's the third one. Alright, so let's get them back to Suzura's sister. So we'll run alongside the coast this time around. And we'll see if the sister is satisfied with what we found. Hello again. How did your search go? Like this. 1, 2, 3. That should be everything. Victor Kami, thank you. Your keen eyes have spared my ears another long-winded lecture. I've always come here to launder our kerchiefs because they become much softer when they are dried under the sun. Unfortunately, they have gotten damp, so I have to hang them out again. If you are returning to Tamamizu, please tell my sister I will be just a little bit longer. I believe we can do that. So let's take Skyla's teleport. Yeah, I know, that's why trying to voice her is going to be so hard, because all the other Kojin we have met have deep voices. My sister lost the kerchiefs again. Thank you for helping her gather them. You are staying again. You want to know whose shell we are polishing, I take it. This once belonged to a venerated ancestor of ours who was reckoned a sage among our people. Upon his death, his soul took up residence in his shell. We hang it on the gate to our village that he might continue to keep us safe. After watching over Tamamizu for a few centuries, his soul will eventually depart from this place and he will be reborn as a kami. To thank him for his years of dedicated service, we regularly take down and polish his shell. For your help, we will ask that he will also protect you. Thank you, madam. Now that's another 92,000 experience points for us. And in the meantime, we welcome a new viewer, Future Audio. Welcome to Let's Play Overall Autism. Nice to have you with us this morning. Welcome to our channel. Glad to have you with us. So, let's move over to this next quest that's so conveniently close by, with Kyoki here, who has a level 62 challenge entitled Not Just Any Banquet. Kyoki appears frazzled. Madam, am I correct to assume you are from the surface? While I am loath to have to ask a favor, especially of a visitor such as yourself, I am afraid I have nowhere left to turn. You see, a couple times a year we will hold a village-wide banquet where each person brings their own signature dish. As I've been charged with organizing the event, attending to the main preparations has left me with little time to collect the necessary ingredients for my food. Nearly everyone has finished making theirs, but I have yet to even begin. Readying the broth takes the longest, so I must start that now. To complete it, however, I need the legs of 2 giant coral shells. Please, might you obtain them for me? They can be found on the coast of Onokoro. Here, take this bait. Giant coral shells are reticent creatures, but the smell of that should be enough to attract them out of hiding. So yeah, we gotta go a long distance to where we need to go. We need to warp back to Onokoro. Hey, that's totally right there, Future. We're glad to have you with us. We hope that you enjoy the stream, and hopefully, if you like it enough, we'll have you come and subscribe to the channel, because we've been doing this as pretty much 3 times a day for the launch week of Stormblood. So, this is something we've been doing since Tuesday, and we're still going. This is our 3rd day in a row. And so we have a lot more still to do here in Stormblood. And everything that I'm doing with my character here is all being done in real time. There's no skipping of anything, so you won't be missing anything. Everything will be as you see it. Oh, and Kuna's on this morning now. That's awesome. So yeah, we have to stand in these spots, the purple smoke, and use the rotting fish to bring out the required coral shells. Hello there. Let's take it on and take it down. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Kuro. Yeah, because last night we welcomed some of Kuroneko's friends to the FC. Alright, then the other one is going to be, by the looks of it, it's going to be in the tunnel. Yep, there it is. Among other coral shells, so I might as well beat these ones up too. And no reason to leave these things alive while we go after the one that we're required to kill. And let's go get this next one, because yeah, as you can see, he's conveniently standing right in front of the spot we need to be standing in. Yeah, he just so happens to be conveniently there. Killed him off before he got his AoE off. Oh, but well, now we attracted the attention of this water sprite. And we'll get him down soon enough. There we go. So let's go ahead and throw some fish. And hey, I don't mind at all there, Yami. I mean, it's always nice to welcome new people and their friends. It has happened before. Okay, so now we got, since we got what we were looking for, time to warp back to Tamamizu. Yeah, I pretty much went off at the same time. Indeed there, Yami. Alright, so let's give this stuff to Kaioki. Oh, you're Canadian, Kuro! I had no idea. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I share those sentiments. Alright, Kaioki. Ah, if I'm not mistaken, that is the piquant scent of coral shell that clings gently to your clothes. Or in this case, armor. Ha! Look at the size of these legs! Added to that, the meat inside appears very tender and succulent. Once they are added to the stew and boiled, it will be ready to serve. Truth be told, these banquets are not all about having fun. In fact, some might say it is a silent competition to see who can serve the best food. The individual to bring the most delicious dish is usually awarded the honor of hosting the next one. Thanks to you and these delicious legs you have brought back for me, my victory is all but guaranteed. As is our 91,000 experience points. So, it looks like Skyla went over to get this quest over here from Kefu-san. So we'll go ahead and take his level 62 challenge entitled Treasure Cove. Kefu-san is looking you up and down. However, his back is currently turned. Ah, an adventurer. You're just in time. Tell me, have you ever heard of Treasure Cove? I've heard of Treasure Island and Treasure Planet. According to ancient legend, a Hingan pirate hid the entirety of his fortune away in a firth of the Ruby Sea, the value of which eclipses even the wealth of kings. While it is said no one has ever been able to locate its whereabouts, we think we may have found it. To the south of here is Small Cove. Wherever we draw close to it, the winds begin to pick up and carry the angry cries of a man shouting, "Begone! Begone from here!" No doubt it is the spirit of the pirate who continues to covet his treasures from beyond the grave. That incredulous look. Do you mean to say you do not believe my story? Well, you're more than welcome to go there and verify the veracity of my statement for yourself. If the voice does not scare you away, you might even be able to find the legendary treasure. Well, actually, Yami, we actually do have another British person in our FC, and that's actually, Asia Lionheart is actually in our FC. And she's British. Yeah, we actually have 2 Brits on our FC. So we actually have to go now to the designated location and use the chat option again. Yeah, is anyone around? You're Japanese. I knew that would, I know you would take a shine at that there, Yami. But yeah, our target here is on the west end of the island. So we gotta go and start taking a turn. And getting back out onto the shore. By blood, no, but in heart, I guess you definitely would feel that way there, Skyla. Alright, we'll run past this fate. And get over to where we are required to be. It's a long way to get around as the sun sets here on the Ruby Sea. Well, thank you for that sentiment there, Future. I don't know if we would necessarily, I guess just out of modesty, I don't know if we would necessarily call ourselves the perfect free company, but we're always looking to have people who just enjoy being with each other and want to help each other out. But yeah, thank you for that sentiment. Okay, so yeah, here's our destination. So once we get here, we have to use the chat to ask, is anyone around here? With a question mark. Be gone! You are scaring all the fish away! The winds have carried to your ears the complaints of an angry Kojin. Why does everyone insist on bothering me so? When I think I am rid of them, they round up their friends and return to harass me some more. Be gone! Be gone with all of you! Take out the quotes, Skyla. You don't need the quotes to make it happen. You can take them out and that'll recognize it. I will never get any fishing done at this rate. Also, yeah, that too. But yeah, you need to be in say and not use quotes. So you gotta type it out without the quotes for it to count. Oh. I'll take your teleport, sure. Yep, that's the idea. That's the idea there, future. Alright, Kefri-san. You mean to say the voice we heard was only that of a Kojin fisherman? How disappointing. I shall be sure to inform the others and tell them to quit bothering the poor soul. While I am sad that it is over, it was fun while it lasted. Should you ever learn anything more of the Pirate King's treasure, do come back to share what you find. Yeah, we don't want to do not, we want to do. Alright, so now we're starting to get side quests done here in Tamamizu. So yeah, there'll still be a few more left for us to do.